Back with another one. Responsible Degenerate podcast. I'm your host, Robby. That's my host, Mel.
Oh,
Yeah, y'all know what we do. You know what we do. Post game, baby. So today we're gonna start with South Carolina Winthrop. Tell me what you like about this game, Mel. Your takes for this game.
yeah, I must say I just really love the flow that South Carolina was playing with. I just felt like they was able to, of course, control the pace, really get up and down the floor, which allowed Ta'niya Latson, to go off. She had 24 points, looking smooth, like everything getting to the rim. Her jump shot was falling. She was 8 for 11 from the field, 2 for 4 from three. She really looks like she's been there for a while. Like it doesn't seem like, she played for another team. You know what I'm saying? Like everything seems to be flowing. She was able to get to her spots and, be super effective. And listen, shout out to Medina Olcott. Like I ain't gonna lie, we might have to revisit the conversation about like where South Carolina could be at, towards the end, because it's like, not saying I didn't
Oh,
expect.
look, they ain't play nobody yet.
They ain't play nobody yet, but I'm
Yeah,
just
that's
saying.
it. All
I'm
right.
looking at Medina Okar, and I'm like, yo, that's a
So
big. But no matter who they
she
playing, like
big.
you
She
got to
big.
deal with her.
She
You know what
big.
I'm
Yeah.
saying? She has a real good touch around the rim. She's a defensive anchor. You know what I'm saying? She really move. She be moving stuff in that paint. Like she balled out. She had 23 and 11. Joyce Edwards, man, I've been so impressed. You can tell that she really worked on her game in the off season. Similar like how I mentioned in previous episodes, like she's really developed a real good touch around the rim. Her post game looks really good. She's taking a few hook shots. I see, that jump shot looking money. You know what I'm saying? So overall, I was just super impressed to just see, consistently seeing Joyce Edwards continue to, be aggressive, because when she's aggressive, it opens up so many more things for that team. Because once she's locked in, it's going to open up shots for Raven Johnson, Tessa Johnson. It's going to open up shots for Ta'niya Latson. It helps everybody. So overall, man, I'm not surprised with what I saw. South Carolina definitely did play well. Tessa Johnson, she shot 3 for 8, had 9 points. I'm definitely, a super fan of hers. I feel like, she could get a buck anytime. Anytime she misses a jump shot, I'm like, whoa, that doesn't even seem right. They destroyed Winthrop on the boards, 46-24. I will say though, and it's something similar that they did against USC. It's just something about like these second quarters to where like they kind of just they end up turning the ball over a lot, and it's been a consistent theme. Like, listen, we all know that South Carolina was going to win this game, but obviously you want to play as clean as possibly can. And I think even like in the second quarter, I think there was a turnover, and the camera showed Dawn Staley, and she was just like, come on, like kind of just like, let's get back into a rhythm, let's get back into a flow. So I feel like, once they just clean up on the turnovers, consistently play with each other, that's going to come chemistry, familiarity, and things like that. So, but yeah, I was impressed. And the last thing I want to say is for Winthrop, I definitely was looking forward to seeing a Maury Porter put on, because I heard she was a hooper, but she struggled tonight, 3 for 14. But hey, she playing the Gamecocks. They wasn't gonna let her have none of that. So but yeah, shout out to
Like
South Carolina. Yeah.
um, you said something about the turnovers and Don
Hmm.
Stilly, how she. A lot of people see that if you don't know a lot about sports, you would think, oh, she's up 25 or whatever it was at the time. Why
Hmm.
she mad for? It's about building good habits.
Correct.
So yeah, like because you're playing a team that's not as talented as you, as big as you. So I mean, the spread was 60. So like that kind of tells you like how much better this team was than Winthrop. But it's not about Winthrop. It's about seeing. I mean, you don't want to look ahead, but you got to look ahead to when you play these other Texas and UConn, those teams. Let's clean up. We got to clean up on it now. Build good habits now, because when we play them, like I always say, if you bring that BS against some real teams, they're going to blow you out. So with that being said, you pretty much like basically like I was gonna say like they're like the big difference tonight was their size. Like their size,
Yeah.
Akai,
Too big.
anything that went up
Okay.
on the board,
Us.
Miss Free Throw, she was on
She owned
everything.
that.
Like yeah, she was
Yeah.
on everything. You said something about the pace. I love the pace they're playing with. Speed it up. Get easy shots for their guards.
Yeah.
And like their forwards can also run the floor. So that's like
Hmm.
giving them easy buckets as well. Tessa Johnson, like you said, she that jump shot is butter.
It
Like
looked
yeah,
good.
yeah,
Yeah, it
yeah,
looked
yeah,
beautiful.
yeah.
Every time it go up, it's like, oh,
That,
it should look good.
that jump shot is butter. So like tonight Latson had her best games. This was the first time she looked like comfortable. She didn't force nothing. She let it come to her, and she was hot. She was making. I think. Oh, what she shot? She shot. Where's she at?
It's about Ta'niya Latson.
Yeah,
Ta'niya
8 for
Latson. 8
11.
for 11. Yeah.
Yeah, but I remember because I turned in third quarter. But third quarter she was like 8 for 8, I think it was, and she missed
Mm-hmm.
maybe like 2 free throws or something like that. It was, but
Mm-hmm.
for the most part, like I said, they was doing their thing. The bench came in. What's the other one? It's not Akai. What's her
I
name?
got
I
Maker. I
got,
got.
yeah,
Yeah, she had 12. Yeah,
I
6 for
got
10.
solid off the bench. So like
McDowell.
McDowell.
Yeah.
I also was looking forward to, like you said, Porter, but I
Mm-hmm.
did like. I mean, she didn't have no huge numbers, but I like how she looked. How she was attacking the bigs. Rough. She had a
Yeah.
couple nice and ones.
Mm-hmm.
So but for the most part, that's probably about it. Like SC, like I said, we knew what they was gonna do. What they was gonna do. Third quarter, it was kind of like they didn't like South Carolina. They got an issue with so far I've seen this season with like putting their foots on teams' necks that they're supposed to
Mm-hmm.
be. I mean,
Yeah.
eventually they do, and then they end up winning by 50, 40, whatever. But
Mm-hmm.
there's times where you like, why does this team hang with them? Like this team can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, like why does this team like third quarter? I think like going like to I think it was maybe like 4 minutes left. Scores like the third quarter was like 9-8. I'm like this team doesn't have enough
Yeah.
to hang with you. Like
Yeah. I mean, that third quarter, Winthrop scored 18. South Carolina scored 24. So I mean,
yeah. See, like
that's eh.
yeah,
You
yeah,
got to clean
like
that up. Yeah, you can't
exactly.
do that. Yeah, like how we said, like, and not to cut you off, but
Okay, you good?
similar like how we mentioned before about like yes, like South Carolina was going to win this game, but like you want to develop good habits because you can't afford to be turning the ball over like that in these second quarters against like a LSU. They going to run you out the water. Like you got to capitalize on every opportunity. Teams that's going up and down faster than you got scorers that can
Mm-hmm.
actually score just as good as you. So they have to fix those habits, and like I'm sure they will. Don Stelly will show them the tape, and they'll tap into that. But it's something they definitely have to correct because I can't see that being an issue when they go up against the Texas, the LSU's. Listen, maybe even the TCU. You never know. You know what I'm saying? You got to be
Yeah.
disciplined a lot of the times to win games. So hopefully they clean that up, and I'm sure
Mhm.
Don will get them back in check.
And also, I don't know. I mean, I don't. A lot of people don't really talk about Joyce's vision
Yeah.
from but her vision. She looks
Hmm.
Joyce Edwards.
Yeah. She see everything.
Like Joyce Edwards is
Looking
she's
real good.
she's one of the
Smelling.
ones. Yeah, like
Yeah.
she's one of the ones. Like she's. I mean, as far as I'm coming from SC, I think she might be that next one to come from that school. Like they got a lot of solid players, but
Hmm.
Joyce Edwards, like looking at what she had now, she's a sophomore, 2 more years of this.
Ooh.
I think she could really like be one of them. I'm not saying she gonna be AJ Wilson or Leah Boston or something, but she can be one of the ones. That's all I'm saying.
They put her stats up against Asia Wilson early, like on the screen. They were saying
Mhm.
like comparing, like I forgot exactly what it was, but it was like a comparison they was doing with like Asia and Joyce, and it's like
Mhm.
Joyce. So Joyce is gonna carve out her own lane, and she's gonna
Mhm.
continue to get better. So
Exactly. Number 17 Vanderbilt defeats Western Kentucky 87-49 to move to 4-0.
mhm.
Mel, what's your take from this game? What did you like?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I really liked Vanderbilt's ball movement. I feel like overall they was really able to get the ball from one side to the next. Everything, for the most part, like their passes was clean. They was able to find open shooters, and of course that helped Michaela Blakes because obviously, she killed tonight.
She
She
do what
had
she do.
28, 10 for 16
Mhm.
from the field, 5 for 9 from three. But a lot of it seemed like it came within flow. Nothing seemed rushed. Nothing really seemed forced. It's because her teammates was really finding her and putting her in positions to succeed, which obviously makes her score like that, makes her job easier. So I was definitely impressed with the ball movement. They definitely got contributions across the board. Sasha Washington had 15 points, 6 boards. She definitely balled out. Justine Passat definitely efficient from the field. So they definitely got a lot of contribution from their starters. Their bench came in and performed as well. In terms of Western Kentucky, I will give credit to what's her name off the bench, Tatum. Bodiger, she came off the
Roger,
bench
yeah.
and shot 50% from three, 4 for 8. So she was doing good. But overall, man, Vanderbilt definitely did what they had to do. And, like I said, I was impressed by just seeing like the team camaraderie, the team chemistry of Vanderbilt. It's always a good day when you see Michaela putting the ball in the hoop, especially efficiently. You know what I'm saying? And it just shows you like once she's hot, like there's nothing that nobody could do with her. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad that she was able to find some easy ones and be efficient from the field. So shout out to Vanderbilt for getting it done tonight.
Yeah. I told y'all before, Michaela Blakes
Mm-hmm.
is one of my favorite players to tune in to watch.
Mm-hmm.
If she's playing
Mm-hmm.
over a few ranked teams, if she playing, well, she's ranked too, but I'm
Mm-hmm.
turning on Michaela Blakes. I need to like
Gotta watch that.
first half 23, like first half,
Mm-hmm.
like
Yep.
one thing she gonna do is get a bucket, and like you said, Mel, efficient. As long as like cool, get a bucket, but just be efficient with it. I don't want to see you 10 for 30. I don't want to
Yeah.
like what she was 10 for 16 tonight, 5 for 9
Efficient.
for three,
Beautiful
9
game.
rebounds, 3 assists. So like she did, she was efficient with her tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you, Mel, who looking at Michaela Blakes, right? Who on the WNBA? It could be past, present. Does she remind you of?
That's a good question. She definitely has a great, pull up game. Her ability to shoot the ball is really good. I'm not gonna lie, and I sort of see flashes. I see flashes from the offensive end of like Maya Moore in terms of like the way that she could put the ball on the court and her pull up game, that jump shot, the way that she moves, it gives me like Maya Moore, a little bit of like a Simone Augustus. Of course, she's a bit quicker than Simone, but I would closely say, to me, I would say Maya Moore. She kind of,
Oh,
yeah, yeah, yeah. But like
you close.
a mixture of the two.
Uh,
There's things that she has
uh,
and like kind of both of their games that kind of reflect. So those are like the comparisons for right now, I would say.
Yeah, Michaela's
Yeah.
my favorite
Tap into
favorite
Vanderbilt,
players.
man.
Yeah, one
Must
of my favorite
watch.
players. She definitely is must watch TV. If you like seeing somebody get a bucket, Michaela Blakes is who you want to watch.
The
I'm
blink of an
telling
eye
you.
too. She could
Yeah,
have 30
telling
in
you,
like 10 seconds, bro. I'm telling you, like just like that.
telling you. She like that, man, for
Shout out to
sure.
Michaela, man.
Shout out to Michaela. Shout out to Vanderbilt. They moved to 4-0. Louisville is still currently playing. We had Louisville, and Morehead State.
Hmm.
Louisville's up 50 right now, 51, so scored 96,
Yeah.
45.
Yeah.
From a Louisville standpoint, like they were shooting the ball the first quarter they were shooting like 70%, like so
Hmm.
ball movement, shot making ability. They was getting to it.
Hmm.
Morehead didn't really show. I mean, they was fighting. They was trying to fight in the beginning, but
Hmm. Yeah, only but so
yeah,
long.
it's only but
Yeah.
so long. It's like it's inevitable. Like it's
Yeah.
only but so long. Like the fight gonna last. Like
Exactly. That knockout is coming. It's just a matter of what round, that's all.
exactly, Mel. But what's your take from this game, Bill?
Yeah, man. It was cool to just see, tap into Louisville and just see how they play. I was definitely impressed with Laura Zegler. She was perfect from the field. 13 points, 5 for 5 from the field. They got a lot of contributions from a multitude of people. And like I love seeing teams where it's just like, everybody's a threat. You know what I'm saying? Like not
Double
just
figures.
yeah, not just like one or two players, like seeing a full team really be able to put the ball in the hoop and be efficient. And that's what Louisville showed me. I definitely love their defensive tenacity because I'm not gonna lie to you. I think Moorhead had like 10 points in the first quarter. They didn't score their next bucket until like maybe 5 minutes into the second quarter, and it was like a 3-pointer from Violet McNeese. So yeah, Moorhead definitely struggled to score. I will say I'm hoping, speedy recovery to
Oh yeah,
Laura
yeah.
Tofali
Ankle,
because she
right?
definitely,
Ankle.
yeah, she rolled her
Yeah.
ankle. You know what I'm saying? Definitely don't want to see that. Wishing her speedy recovery. But, yeah, like at the end of the day, Louisville definitely put on. I'm definitely interested in just seeing like how they play against like, other competitive teams that's
Mhm.
like, close to like their stature and things like that we could really judge. But from what I saw tonight, I was impressed about like how many people was able to really put the ball in the hoop. So that's always impressive for me.
It was good. It was good to watch a team that's not the norm. Like the
Exactly.
South Carolinas, the regular. I'm like, so you pick this game. I'm like leave it boy stay. I
Show
was
some
like,
love to
all right, yeah.
Louisville.
I said
Yeah.
let me check them out. Let me check them out. Let me
Yeah.
check them out. But yeah, it was good to watch. First half, it was like I said, they was fighting. But then when the knockout punch came, it was all over. And
It
then
was
it was
over.
like a yawn fest from there. Like,
Yeah. Morehead couldn't
But
do anything.
yeah, it
Yeah.
could do that. But like you said, it was good. I do want to see Louisville against people teams of their stature.
Hmm.
Ranked teams as well. Like like we're not saying that like a team can't get upset. 'Cause we just saw today. I don't know if
Hmm.
you're watching it. The St. John's they just beat Oklahoma State today. They
Yeah.
upset them today. So
Hmm.
well, wish we'd had that game, but it's all good
Yeah.
though. It's all
Hmm.
good though next time though. But yeah,
Hmm.
I'm looking forward to seeing them against a team of their stature. There's
Hmm.
not much to take from. Like I said, it's harder to take from these games when they're playing lower schools. Like
Hmm.
but they was disciplined. They
Hmm.
they they kept their foot on their necks. They didn't let
Hmm.
up on them. And look, we
Hmm.
got a 50-point victory. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. But before we got it, Mel, I want to hear your comments on your thoughts on Duke falling out of the top 25.
I'm not gonna lie. As much as I respect Kara Lawson and that team, Toby Fournier, like I love everything that Duke is about. They deserve it. That loss to West Virginia was unacceptable. Listen, like it's a difference between like just lose like getting outplayed by like a team that's like on your level, and sometimes you just get got. But the fact that they beat you with just 5 players after halftime, I mean, I remember watching that game, and I'm still like before the. I'm just like, what was going on? So I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel like they kind of need that kind of kick in the, little tap on the like, hey, like wake up
Mhm.
because they can't afford games like that. Like teams are too good. That's not the best team that they're gonna play. So if you cannot beat 5 players from West Virginia, literally they only have 5. How you expect to be competitive against like how are you expecting to win against anybody? You know what I'm saying? Listen, give West Virginia credit. I think they was 3-0 coming in, you know what I'm saying? Like they was undefeated, but they lost basically their whole starting five. So it's just like you would think as talented as that team is, great as a coach as Carol Lawson is, it's just like okay, they got it. Like this isn't bad. They gonna tap in, but everything that could have went wrong. And I just feel like sometimes teams need that wake up call to be able to really tap back into that and just kind of wake up. And I feel like they really needed that wake up call because they're not going to survive, let alone, find themselves back ranked if they consistently, if they play like that. You know what I'm saying? I know they ended up winning their next game after that, I think against Liberty, but that's the game they're supposed to win. When it's time for competitive ball, you got to be at your best. You can't look like that. You know what I'm saying? You're going to get run out the gym
Thanks.
and embarrassed. So, hopefully they get it together.
Yeah, I hope it's a wake up call too, man. But Carol Lawson, like, I don't know, man. Great. I mean, great coach, as far as defensively, great motivational speaker. She give like good like speeches in the
Yeah.
huddle and stuff like that. But
Hmm.
that was unacceptable, bro. Unacceptable, bro. Like, to
Yeah.
lose to you lose. They lost one player that fight, that scruffle, and the other team lost damn near all their players. They had 5 players and they beat you. They outscore you in the third quarter about I think it was about like just like 24 to like 9 or something like that.
It's
And it's like I don't know, just like offensively, she's not getting the best out of her teams. And I don't know if it's it might be just scheme or just players underperforming. Like, cause I thought this year I'm like, yeah, Toby Fournier, she's gonna be the one to step up this year and lead this
hmm
team. Even though she's only sophomore, but I'm like she's talented enough to lead this team to at least somewhere. And then Ashley Shea, I believe right, yeah, right, Shea. I thought
Ashland
she,
Jackson.
yeah, yeah,
Ashland
Ashley
Shades of
Shea,
Connecticut. Yeah, you
yeah,
good, you good.
Connecticut.
Yeah.
Ashton Jackson, I'm like, another one. She
Yep.
could also like take a load this year and lead the team as well. 'Cause I believe
Hmm.
she's a senior, right?
Yeah, believe so.
So
Yep, let me
yeah,
double
so
check
as
that.
a, as a
Yep.
senior, yeah. So like,
Hmm.
and so far this year, man, this team was too talented, man, and this team's underperforming, bro. To get knocked out of the top 25, you're supposed to be a competing team. That's not a good sign, bro. And
Yeah.
I think they beat Liberty not by that much, like maybe by like 20, I think it was, whatever it was. You think
Yeah.
you
Let me
think they'll
see.
come out
Yeah.
angry and beat the shit out of them? They didn't. So
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie about I'm a little shaky on Duke, man. Like I loved them
Yeah.
last year, their story in a tournament. I'm like, yeah, like I'm rooting for them, but I'm a
Hmm.
little shaky, man. I'm a little shaky on them, man.
Yeah.
Carol Lawson is I don't got too much confidence on right now. Not gonna lie, man.
Yeah,
Not
yeah,
gonna lie.
Duke is yeah, they beat Liberty with 71-57, and it's like, listen, I
Yeah.
like to say
Look,
respect all your teams, but that's supposed to be like 101 57, if anything. But I think the issue really is with Duke is their offense. Like there's just times where
Offense.
I'm befuddled where I'm just like, why is it such a struggle for them to put the ball in the basket? The inability to shoot consistently. But then it's like it's rare because I remember last season there's games where like Duke will play and you're like, oh nah, that might be a championship team where they putting
Man,
on hitting threes, Ashland Jackson wilding. But then it's like they just always falter. So it's like you can't be a great team if you're having all of these lapses. Like you have to be consistent. And if they're having issues with putting the ball in the hoop against West Virginia in that third quarter and against the Liberty, like how are you supposed to put the ball in the hoop against South Carolina that you're gonna get even like a UCLA, you're gonna get run out the gym. Because you can't. If you the name of the game is you got to score more points than your opponent. You got to put the ball in the hoop. If you're not doing that, then you're not going to be able to be successful. So hopefully, like I said, that loss to West Virginia just gives them a wake up call and just kind of just wakes them up, man. Because they did better than that. I believe in them, but it's just like what we're seeing is not like what we think. It's just like not like we think like Duke can definitely be one of the ones, but they got to figure out what's going on with the offensive scheme. I don't know if it's the plays, a confidence thing. Like it just should be a practice where it's like, yo, you can't leave this gym until you make like 1,000 jump shots. Like it needs to be something because like what we're seeing is just like it's just not translating thus far.
yeah, man, I'm with you on that one, man. Hopefully they get it together. We're gonna keep an eye on them.
Keep
I
an
don't
eye
know
out.
when
Yeah,
they play next, but we're gonna keep an eye on them, man. But
yeah.
you might be in trouble for the 2028 Olympics, man. We might be in trouble.
Ah, man. Come on, man. Come on, Karen. Come on, Karen.
Even with AJ and Stewie and them, we
Yeah, so
might be
yeah.
in trouble, man. Cause I don't know, man. But hopefully they get together, man. Hopefully, man. But
Yeah.
man, make sure to like, subscribe, and share. We
Comment.
probably be back maybe Friday. Some good ones Friday.
There's some good games coming up. Listen, man.
Yeah.
If you're not tapped into
No,
women's college basketball, what are you watching, man?
I don't
Know
know
what
what
I'm
they watching.
saying? USC playing Notre Dame, right? Like,
Mm-hmm. No.
tap,
Yeah.
yeah, tap into that.
UConn and Michigan. So
Woo!
we got some good games. Now we could talk about to like full extent two teams that's like kind of
Exactly.
evenly matched. Where it should be a good game. Now, if Notre Dame come out there and get beat at the last game, I'm gonna be pissed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm looking forward
I'm
to
be
Hannah
pissed.
Hidalgo bouncing back.
Yeah, hopefully, man. But like, subscribe, and share, show love, comment, all that good stuff. See
Appreciate
y'all
y'all.
Friday.
Love.